Ah, there you are. Come on now, pull that blanket up nice and snug. Let your shoulders fall. Let your neck be soft. Grandpa is right here. And tonight, Grandpa is going to tell you a story. Not a story about kings and dragons. Not a story about faraway jungles or ancient temples. But a story about something you have probably held in your hands. Something you have looked at with your own eyes. Something so familiar you may never have stopped to wonder. How did it get here? Where did it come from? Who made it? Tonight, little one, Grandpa is going to tell you the story of Apple. Not the fruit, heh. The company. The little company that started in a garage. And slowly, quietly, stubbornly, became the most valuable company the world has ever known. But before we begin, let us settle in properly. Feel your body on the mattress beneath you. Feel how it holds you without asking anything in return. Let your hands be open and easy. Not holding anything. Not needing to hold anything. Just rest. And let Grandpa take you back. All the way back. To a warm California evening. In the year 1976. Now California, little one, is a place where the sun is generous. It shines for a long time in the evening, painting everything gold and amber before it finally dips behind the hills. And in a quiet suburb called Los Altos, in a house on Chris Drive, there was a garage. Just a regular garage. The kind you find anywhere. With an old door that creaked, and a concrete floor, and the smell of motor oil and sawdust. But inside that garage, something extraordinary was beginning. Two young men were hunched over a workbench. One of them was Steve Jobs. Steve was 21 years old. Thin as a rail, with dark, burning eyes that never seemed to stop thinking. He had dropped out of college. He had wandered to India looking for something he could not name. He had come home with bare feet and big ideas and an almost frightening certainty that things did not have to be the way they were. The other young man was Steve Wozniak. Everyone called him Woz. Now Woz was different from Jobs. Where Jobs burned bright like a flame, Woz glowed steady and warm like a lamp. Woz was an engineer. A gentle, quiet genius who loved nothing more than sitting alone, surrounded by circuit boards and wires and blinking little lights, making things work. He could look at a tangle of electronics that would make most people's heads swim, and see it as clearly as you see the words on a page. Together, these two Steves, one who dreamed impossible things, and one who could build them, decided to make a computer. Now in those days, little one, computers were not small glowing rectangles you carry in your pocket. They were enormous things. Big as a wardrobe, sometimes big as a whole room. They lived in universities and government offices. And only people in white coats who had studied for many years were allowed near them. The idea that a regular person, sitting at a kitchen table, might have their own computer. Well, most people laughed. But Jobs and Woz did not laugh. They just went back to the garage and kept working. Now there was a third person in this story too. His name was Ronald Wayne, a quiet, careful man who helped write the first agreement between the three founders. He drew the very first Apple logo by hand. A beautiful detailed drawing of Isaac Newton sitting under an apple tree. The apple is important here, little one. Jobs chose the name Apple because he wanted the company to feel friendly, approachable, simple. In a world of complicated machines with complicated names, he wanted a name that a child could say. Apple. Just like the fruit. Round and simple and good. And so the company was born. April the 1st, 1976. 3 men. A garage. And a dream. Are your eyes getting a little heavier, little one? Good. That is good. Just let them be heavy. Grandpa will keep the story going. You just float. The first computer they made was called the Apple One. It was not much to look at. It was a bare circuit board. No case. No keyboard. No screen. You had to supply all of that yourself. But it worked. And people who understood such things looked at it and saw something remarkable inside. They sold a small number of them out of that garage. Jobs going door to door, talking to anyone who would listen. Convincing, persuading, painting pictures with words of a future most people could not yet see. That was Jobs' great gift. He could see around corners, while others looked at the world as it was. Jobs looked at it as it could be, and he was not gentle about it. He was not patient in the ordinary way. He pushed. He demanded. He could be very, very difficult. But underneath all of that fire, underneath all of that impatience, was a love for beautiful things, a love for objects that felt right in the hand, a love for the moment when something complicated becomes suddenly simple. And that love, little one, is what drove everything that came after. The second computer they made was called the Apple II. And this one was different. It had a proper case. creamy white and clean. It had a keyboard. It had color. Color, little one. For the first time, a home computer could show colors on the screen. Not just gray text on a black background, but actual color. When people saw it, something shifted in them. It felt like a window opening, like stepping out of a gray room into a garden on a bright morning. Apple grew. Slowly at first, the way all good things grow. Like a seed that sends one small pale shoot up through cold soil, not knowing yet what it will become, just reaching toward the light. More people joined. An office was rented. The garage was left behind. But Jobs never forgot the garage. He kept that spirit with him always. The spirit that says, you do not need permission. You do not need a big building. You do not need anyone to believe in you first. You just need a workbench and the willingness to begin. Now the story gets a little complicated here, little one. But Grandpa will keep it soft, because even the complicated parts are just about people. And people are always soft underneath. Apple kept growing. They hired more people. Very clever people. Designers and engineers and dreamers. And one day, Jobs went to visit another company called Xerox. Xerox had a research center in Palo Alto. A place full of brilliant people who were quietly inventing the future, but were not sure what to do with it. And at Xerox, Jobs saw something. He saw a computer that did not use words to talk to you. Instead of typing commands, you moved a little device called a mouse and pointed at pictures on the screen. Little pictures. A folder that looked like a folder. A trash can that looked like a trash can. Jobs stood very still, and something inside him lit up like a lamp. This, he said quietly to himself. This is how everyone should use a computer. Not with long confusing commands you have to memorize, but with pictures, with pointing, with something a child could understand. He went back to Apple on Fire, and they began to build something new. They called it the Macintosh, named after a type of apple. Of course, now building the Macintosh was not easy. It took years. The team worked through nights and weekends. Jobs would walk through the office and declare something beautiful, and then declare the very same thing terrible the very next morning. He was exhausting. The people who worked with him were exhausted, but they kept going, because somewhere underneath all the pressure, they believed in what they were making. And then, one cold January day, the Macintosh was shown to the world. The auditorium was full of people. Jobs walked onto the stage in his jeans and his black turtleneck, reached into a canvas bag, and pulled out a small, cream-colored computer. He set it on a table, and the Macintosh spoke. "Hello," it said, in a warm, clear voice. The audience went silent, and then they erupted, because they had never, ever seen anything like it. A computer that said hello. A computer with a face. A computer that felt almost alive. Even now, little one, telling you this old story, Grandpa gets a little warm around the chest, because that moment was important, not just for Apple, but for all of us. It was the moment the world understood that technology could be gentle, that it did not have to be cold and complicated, that it could speak to you, that it could say hello. But then, the story takes a dark turn, as all good stories must, because life, little one, is not a straight road. It curves. It dips. It sometimes leads you somewhere you did not expect. Steve Jobs was asked to leave Apple, the company he had started, the company he had poured his whole self into. There had been disagreements, difficult ones, the kind that grows slowly like a crack in old plaster, until one day they run all the way across the wall. Jobs was 30 years old when he left. He walked out of his own company, and Grandpa can only imagine how that must have felt. Like the ground disappearing beneath your feet, like the lights going out in a room you knew by heart. He sat with it. He was not all right at first. He was lost for a while. But here's what Jobs said years later about that time. He said it was the best thing that ever happened to him. Being fired from Apple set him free. He started a new company called Next. He bought a small animation studio that most people had never heard of. A little company called Pixar. You may know some of their films, little one. Toy Story, Finding Nemo, The Incredibles. Stories about friendship and courage and finding your way home. Jobs helped bring those stories into the world. And meanwhile, he was growing quietly in the dark, like a seed in winter soil. Apple, without Jobs, struggled. Year after year they tried. They made this product and that product. Some were good, some were not. Nothing had that particular magic anymore. The spark was missing. And then one quiet day, Apple bought Next. Jobs' company, which meant Jobs came home. He walked back through the doors of Apple. 12 years after he had left. 12 years older. Quieter. Steadier. The fire was still there, but it had become something different. Something more like warmth and flame. And Apple began to breathe again. He cleared away everything that was not essential. Jobs had a great gift for that. For looking at a complicated mess of things and finding what truly mattered. He always said that simplicity is the ultimate sophistication. Not simple because it is easy, but simple because every unnecessary thing has been carefully, lovingly removed. Like a sculptor who chips away everything that is not the statue. He did that to Apple. Chip by chip. Decision by decision. Until what was left was clean and true and real. And then came the iMac. A computer in colors. Bondi blue. They called the first one Bondi blue. A color like the sea on a clear day. People walked into the shop and stared. Because it was beautiful. Not just useful. Beautiful. Jobs believed that objects we live with every day should be beautiful. That the tools we use should bring us small joy just from looking at them. And slowly, slowly, people began to remember why they had loved Apple. And then came the iPod. A small white device no bigger than a deck of playing cards. That could carry your whole music collection in your pocket. Now before the iPod, little one, carrying music was complicated. You had tapes, then discs, stacks of them. Heavy and fragile and always getting lost. And then one day Jobs held up this small white thing and said, 1,000 songs in your pocket. Just that. Not a list of technical features. Not numbers and specifications. 1,000 songs in your pocket. And the world understood immediately. That was another of his gifts. He could take something complex and find the one sentence that made it sing. But the greatest story was still to come. Grandpa is almost there, little one. Let your eyes stay closed. Let your breathing stay slow. You are doing beautifully. One January morning, Jobs walked onto a stage again. He was in his jeans, his black turtleneck, and he said something quietly extraordinary. He said, "Every once in a while, a revolutionary product comes along that changes everything." And then he said that Apple was introducing 3 things. A widescreen iPod with touch controls. A revolutionary mobile phone. And a breakthrough internet device. He said it 3 times. Letting the audience try to guess. And then he smiled. These are not three separate devices, he said. This is one device. And we're calling it iPhone. The audience went quiet, and then wild, because standing there in his hand was something entirely new. A thin, elegant slab of glass and metal. No buttons. Just a screen. A screen you touched with your finger. Your finger. No stylus. No mouse. No keyboard. Just you. And the glass. And the whole world inside it. Grandpa remembers hearing about that day. And thinking, well, the world is different now. And it was. The iPhone changed everything. Slowly at first. Then all at once. The way a river changes a landscape. Not with force. Not with drama. But with patience. Day after day after day. Flowing gently. Until the stone gives way. And Apple grew and grew. More products came. The iPad. A wide, flat, beautiful thing. For reading and watching and making. The MacBook. Thin as a magazine. Silver as the moon. The Apple Watch. A small, quiet thing on the wrist. That checks your heartbeat while you sleep. Ha ha. Maybe it is watching you right now, little one. Making sure your heart is beating nice and slow. The way it does when you are peaceful. The way it does when you are safe. And through all of this growth, through all of this change, the thing that never changed at Apple was the belief that the people who are crazy enough to think they can change the world are the ones who do. Steve Jobs passed away in the autumn of 2011. He was 56 years old. Too young. Far too young. And the world felt it. People left flowers outside Apple stores. Not because they were told to, but because something in them needed to. Because he had given them something. Not just a phone or a computer, but a feeling. The feeling that beauty matters. That simplicity is worth fighting for. That the tools we hold in our hands every day can be made with love. A man named Tim Cook stepped into the role after Jobs. A quiet, steady man from Alabama, where the summers are long and the people speak slowly and the values run deep. Tim Cook was not like Jobs. He did not burn the same way. He did not have that particular electric quality. But he had something Jobs did not always have. Steadiness. The kind of steadiness that a company needs to grow tall. The way a great tree needs deep roots more than it needs a storm. Under Tim Cook, Apple kept growing. Quietly. Consistently. The way all truly great things grow. And so here we are, little one. Here we are at the end of the story. From a garage in California to the most valuable company in the history of the world. From two young men with a circuit board and a dream to devices in the pockets of people on every continent, in every language, in every season. What a journey! And what does it all mean, you ask? Ha. Grandpa thinks it means a few things. It means that the best ideas do not always come from the most important places. They come from garages, from bedrooms, from kitchens at midnight, from people who are a little too stubborn to be told it cannot be done. It means that being pushed out into the dark is not always the end of the story. Sometimes it is the beginning of the better one. Jobs was fired, and it made him. Apple almost disappeared, and it came back brighter. There is something in that, little one. Something worth carrying with you. That the dark is not the end. It is just part of the journey. And it means that beauty matters. That when you make something, whether it is a computer or a meal or a letter to someone you love, the care you put into it shows. People can feel it, even when they cannot explain why. So tonight, as you drift off to sleep, think about that garage. That ordinary cracked floor California garage, where two young men sat under a single light bulb, working on something no one else believed in, because they believed in it. Let that image sit in your mind like a warm ember, soft and glowing, and let everything else go quiet. The day is done. The world will be there in the morning. All of it. Every worry. Every question. Everything you need to do. It will all be there, patient as ever, waiting for you in the morning light. Tonight it does not need you. Tonight you are allowed to simply be, like that little blue iMac sitting quiet on a desk. Screen dark. Everything inside it still and safe. Just resting. That is all. Just resting. Let your breath slow now. In and out. Like a tide coming in and slowly pulling back again. There is nothing to do. Nothing to solve. Nothing to hold. Just you. And the dark. And the soft weight of a story settling over you like a blanket. Sleep now. Sleep now, little one. The garage light is off. The workbench is quiet. And even the dreamers are resting tonight. Good night. Good night. Sweet dreams.